Peace, God. Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods. Y'all see that? Y'all see that shape in that pool? That's how Atlantis. Y'all see that shape? They got that from Atlantis. All about Zeus. Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods, man. Peace to the gods. So, you know, a lot of y'all been inboxing me. Y'all been taking to my lessons, right? And y'all been trying to, you know, learn more about what's really going on. A lot of y'all don't want to know, but a lot of y'all do want to know. You feel me? So I decided to build again on this lovely Father's Day as I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't try to go far on Friday.
So look, right? Oh. So, give y'all a little game about Zeus, all about him, right? So you gotta understand. I know one of I forgot the young lady name who reached out to me and wanted to know more about Zeus. So I'm gonna give y'all a lot about him right now. All right, you have to understand, right? Hold on, can y'all hear me? I think y'all can. You have to understand, right? With Zeus was one of us, okay? Zeus is one of the gods, right? Zeus created them. I think one of the guys, Dex, I was talking to him the other day, and he was saying, like, you know, don't rush it with him. When you talk to him, right? Let me break this down. When you talk to him, you know, make sure that you understand that a lot of people don't know what's really going on. You see this mask, this Black Lives Matter mask? A lot of y'all know that white people don't like y'all, right? So this is the question I want y'all to ponder on before I break Zeus down. Just ask yourself, I know they don't like me, but why? Feel me? Ask yourself, I know that they don't like us as black people, but why? You don't answer it, let your soul answer it for you, okay? Let me take a seat, man. Kick my feet up. You feel me? I'm gonna break it down. Hold on, I probably could sit over here in the cut, man. But nighttime, I kind of heard. And as I'm down here in Atlanta, which was the capital of Atlantis, I feel it's only right that I enlighten those who ask certain questions. All right? So you got to remember with Zeus, right? Zeus was a brother. He was like me and you. He was one of us. All right? But when Zeus was on this planet with us, we kicked Zeus off the planet, okay? And the reason we kicked Zeus off the planet was because Zeus wanted to go outside of himself, okay? You have to understand the way this planet was ran before these humans landed in 1492 and took everything from us, okay? Or the racist white people, if you want to call them that. You have to understand how this planet was ran before they landed, okay? So, you have to know that we always just created. It was more like Minecraft. Like, this was a planet of creation. We didn't have jobs. We just built. When we first came to this planet as the original beings of this planet, the blacks and the Latinos, it was just open vastness, all right? Our ancestors sat to work mentally and built not just the pyramids, but the trees that you see around you, the mountains, the sun, the moon, the stars. Everything was built by us, okay? Now, Zeus, being one of us, being a being of light, being a god, he wanted to break the way that we lived on this planet. And the way that we lived on this planet is we worshiped each other, y'all, okay? Let me just be honest with you. Where do you think praying come from? Right? We praised each other. We worshiped each other and we worshiped ourselves, okay? Because everything you need is within you. But Zeus was different, y'all. Zeus got tired of worshiping himself. Zeus decided to go outside of himself, okay? Let those who have eyes see clearly, and let those who have 2 ears hear me with their souls. Listen to me with your soul right now, not your ears, your soul, okay? So, Zeus, all right? Zeus' whole thing was he didn't want to worship himself anymore, okay? He wanted to create these beings to worship him, all right? And if you go look up the definition of God, it will say that the definition of God is Zeus, okay? So Zeus, God, same thing, all right? So Zeus' thing was he wanted to go outside of himself. Zeus got tired of worshiping himself. You have to understand, before these humans came, before these racist white people came, right? We were one with the planet. We are nature. We was one with the moon, the sun, the wind, the stars, all the elements, because that's who we are, all right? So the issue with Zeus was this. Zeus wanted beings outside of himself to worship him. And our ancestors fell out with Zeus. We came to Zeus and we was like, hey, all right, Zeus, you cannot create creatures to worship you. Zeus, all right, wanted, once again, beings to worship him. See, a lot of you don't understand how the planet was before the racist white people came. Because what I'm giving you guys is reasons. Y'all see this mask? What it say? Hold on. This mask says Black Lives Matter. And I see a lot of y'all like on the movement right now, but a lot of y'all don't know why Black Lives Matter. A lot of y'all know that white people don't like us, but why? Why don't they like you? Do you think white people don't like you just simply because of the color of your skin? Do you honestly think these Caucasians have been hating you, killing you, jailing you, making drugs and then killing all your leaders and putting them in the community simply because they don't like the color of your skin? You can't believe that. No. These racist whites don't like blacks and have killed blacks because they know that you're special, all right? It has nothing to do with the color of your skin. White people, racist white people, do not dislike black people because of their skin. They hate you because they know your history. See, you believe that you're just a slave, all right? That's what you believe because that's what they taught you. That's what they told you in school about yourself. You was a slave, all right? They told you about the racism, but why did they hate? Why do they hate black people? Why? Those are the questions you have to ask yourself, all right? So, back to Zeus, okay? So Zeus, he got tired of the original way that the planet is ran. We, like I say, think about it like this, okay? When you go up to somebody and you say you're beautiful, you're praising them. When you say you're handsome, you're praising them. When you say peace king, you're praising him. When you say peace queen, you're praising her, all right? When you say, hey, that's a beautiful car, you're praising them, all right? But the key word, praise, praise, all right? Pray is the root word in praise, all right? That's why they say you're praising somebody, all right? When you're giving them a compliment, that's praising them, or the word pray. That's what we used to do, okay? Now, with each other, all right? So, because I'm finna break down how we got to this point where we at right now with the whole, how we got to this point of people, being scared of this God that you hear about in the Bible. But the God that they tell you about in the Bible is Zeus, okay? Don't go listen to nobody else black who read the Bible telling you this, all right? Telling you, no, that's not true what he's saying, because they only have the knowledge that the slave masters gave them. All right, you have to go beyond that knowledge and realize that the God in their Bible is Zeus, and that Zeus was one of us, and that when he was on this planet, he wanted to create beings. He wanted to go outside of himself. He got tired of worshiping himself. We never prayed. True story. We never prayed to a God in the sky. Facts. We never prayed. Once again, I repeat, to a God in the sky. Facts. And we never feared a devil in the ground. Facts. They don't exist. The true one living God is within you, all right? We praised ourselves and we praised each other and we praised the planet, all right? You see this beautiful sky? We came out and praised the sky and said, hey, that's a beautiful sky, all right? So we was one with nature. We was one with the animals. We was one with everything. This is how the planet was. But Zeus did not like that. So Zeus wanted to create these new beings to worship him. We was not having that, so we kicked Zeus off of this planet. Right, and it wasn't like a whole war. It wasn't like a big war or anything, guys. It wasn't that. It was more like just a simple disagreement. Hey, you can create, and Zeus' thing was this. We had one law on this planet that you can create whatever you want to create. So Zeus' whole argument with us was, hey, I have the, by law, I have the right to create whatever I want to create. All right, and we was like, yes, you do, but you can't create these new species out of dead animals simply because you want something to worship you other than you. And that was the discrepancy with us and Zeus. So we asked Zeus to leave. Zeus left and went to the planet of Nern. He left this planet and went to Nern. All right. On Nern, this is where he created these white racist people you see today. All right. And he created them. When he created them, he used the animals to create them. They are made simply out of animal DNA. This is why when they get wet, they smell like dogs. White people, right? And I'm not being racist. I'm just stating facts. If you feel like I'm being racist, get off my live. Bye. All right, but the reason white people smell like dogs when they get wet is because they were created with a dog, using a pig, using a monkey, using a drop of our God DNA. All right, the small drop of our God DNA gave them the physiology of us, so that's why they have a head like us, 2 arms like us, and 2 legs. All right, we gave them a little bit of our physiology, but other than that, they are animals. All right. And you have to know that when they were on Nern with Zeus, all right, Zeus put fear in them, all right, because Zeus wanted to be worshipped, all right? Zeus wanted to be worshipped. And Zeus had the power of controlling electricity, all right? Or the thunderbolts or lightning and things like that. This is real, all right? If you haven't been watching my last few teachings I've been giving on Facebook Live lately, then you might be completely lost, but it's okay. Stick around, you're going to learn something. If you leave, that's on you. That's on you. Free will right now. So if you don't have an open mind, all I'm asking you to do if you're watching this is have an open mind. If you don't have an open mind, I understand. Just I'm asking you to leave the live right now. All right. So this is only for the open minded, the people that want to know why do white people hate us? Because they never told you this in school. You do know, and the world does agree on one thing right now, that Black Lives Matter and we need a change, and that white people have been mistreating black people since the beginning of time. But why? And I'm telling you why right now. Okay. Thank y'all for leaving. Thank them for they got up out here. Thank y'all. Down to 3, right? The less the better, because this ain't for everybody, okay? So these when they was on Nern, Zeus would put fear into them with lightning bolts if they wouldn't praise him. He would make them feed them grapes. He would make them fan him. You know, the whole thing that you see like from old school European king films with the king being courted and he's sitting there with all these ladies and they're feeding him grapes and they're fanning him. And he's sitting right here by the water like this. How I'm sitting by the water right now. You know how kings in movies sit by water and they be eating grapes and be getting fanned? That's what Zeus was doing. That's what Zeus had the white people doing. These were his creation. That's what he had them doing. This is the reason he created them, simply to worship him, because he did not want to go by the old ancient ways of this planet, which for us to worship ourselves. We never pray to no being outside of us. There is no God outside of you. You are God, all right? That's how they took your power from you, because they convinced us through religion, right, that we have to pray to a God outside of ourselves. That was Zeus' teachings to these white people, to these humans, to these orc beings, all right? So you have to understand that he told them, hey, I am a jealous God, and thou shalt worship me. And if you don't worship me, you shall burn in the lake of everlasting fire. That's what Zeus said to these humans. And when they wouldn't listen to them, he would strike them with lightning bolts and make fire come out the sky. So this origin is what they only thing they knew. So when they came to our planet in 1492, they brought this religion with them. This is the religion from their planet, Nern, because this is what Zeus taught them. All right? So this is why once they did come and enslave us, and then they started passing out Bibles to our ancestors in the 1500s, we was not going for that. We was going to war with these humans because we knew the truth. We knew that you don't pray to anybody outside of yourself. You pray to yourself. Worship yourself. Love yourself. You don't believe in anything else other than yourself. That's what you're supposed to believe in, yourself. All right? So they came, all right? They came and brought the teachings of Zeus to us and called it religion. So this is where it comes from in the Bible. Your stories of thou shalt not question me, or if you worship any other god than me, you shall burn in a lake of fire, and I am a jealous God. That was Zeus. That's what Zeus told them. All right? So Zeus, like once again, Zeus was one of us, and Zeus was one of the gods, and Zeus was from this planet, all right? He is from this planet, but we kicked him off the planet simply because he wanted to break the ancient law of the land. But we never had these man-made white laws that have been created. This is why when black people say we are being treated unjustly, yes, because this is their system. You will never be treated equally in their system. They have invaded you and enslaved you, all right? All of these laws were made for you, all right? This is why when I tell people about the police, yeah, you got some good ones that might try to want to do good, but that system was made to kill the original people of the planet because these humans, these whites, are against nature. Because Zeus was against nature. Zeus is their god. Zeus is still their god. Zeus was their god, okay? So when you're reading the Bible, you're not reading the essence of you if you're black or Latino. You're reading the story of what these white people went through in the beginning when they were created by their God. All right? You know, this is what was going on. This is what was going on when they came to this planet. All right? We were praising ourselves. We were praising each other, worshiping ourselves, worshiping each other, worshiping the animals, worshiping the plant life, creating, building pyramids. This is what we was doing before they landed. All right, but I just want to take a few seconds to teach y'all about Zeus, more about Zeus. Some of y'all haven't been watching my teaching, so you might be confused right now, but that's okay. But for those of you who have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, I just want to touch base for a second and, you know, let y'all know a little about Zeus, because one of my students asked me, you know, say, hey, I want to know more about Zeus. You was talking about Zeus created these beings and all of that, and I was telling them. So, you know, at the end of the day, I just want to touch bases with y'all real quick while I'm by this water, all right? One of the strongest elements on the plane, all right? So, for the people who did ask me about Zeus, I just touched on it a little bit for you, all right? And why we kicked him off the planet, all right? And why he left the planet, why we asked him to leave the planet, and why these you know, these humans, all right? These humans, all right? These mammals or these man animals or these, you know, colored folk, right? Like they like to tell you you were, you know, they told you were colored people. They the colored people, okay? So, today is Father's Day. I'm gonna say peace to the gods. You got any more questions? Y'all know y'all could DM me. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, peace to the gods. Vinio, what it do, man? I'm finna inbox you right now, God.